Hi, and welcome back to Musicians Edition. Practice with me for alto saxophone. I am your teacher, Risa, and today we're working in the Standard of Excellence, Book 3, and we're on page 22 today, continuing to look at the classical period. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look in here. We'll talk about the stuff that's the top as we get there. Or if it's a little echoey, sorry about that again. We had to take everything out, had to paint the rest of the walls, and now we're getting ready to paint the baseboard. But this music room is gonna look really cool when it's done. It just takes a little time. So anyway, back to an empty room recording here. All right, let's take a look at our exercise 83, Austrian hymn, a band arrangement. So obviously this is for a band, okay? Let's first take a look at our key signature. What do we have? We have two sharps marked in, F sharp and C sharp. Tell me about our time signature. We're in 4/4, so that makes it nice and simple. Just take a quick look through it to see if there's any accidentals or any rhythms you may need to take note of. It's gotta be real quick. All right, that's it. Let's go ahead and sight read this. Let's start with the top line, because that'd be more of the melody line, and so we're gonna just start with the melody. All right, here we go, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. So you could probably see where some of your harder areas may be. It's usually that high D, kind of a pain in the butt, and then towards the end there, just, you know, most of our playing has been kind of next to each other or in thirds, and there's a little bit more of a jump there. So let's slow this down, looking at the last two measures. So let's just play that real quick together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of helps after you just play it once or twice or, you know, a few times just to know where you're going. All right? And then don't forget to hold out your dotted quarters a little bit longer. That's just about it. Hopefully you caught that repeat in the beginning. Goes to the beginning. Okay, and we are andante, and so not overly fast. Checking out our dynamics, we're going to start off mezzo forte, then we're going to come down to mezzo piano, then we're going to crescendo up to forte, and then bring it back down to mezzo piano and finish the piece off like that. So this time we're going to add on our dynamics. Everything is tongued, so make sure you're tonguing it, and we'll just bring it a little closer to tempo. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. Just so we hit the bottom part, now let's do part 2. Okay, here we can see there's a couple rhythms that are different. So sometimes it can be difficult to determine what is what, but just take a quick look to see which ones are different and one's the same. All right, here we go, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. This time let's do it with the dynamics. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job.
This lesson is brought to you by the Musician's Edition practice book. Make goals and keep track of progress throughout the whole year. When you're done with this video lesson, don't forget to mark this practice time in your Musician's Edition practice book. Now back to the video.
Now on to 84, Russian folk song. Now we're being introduced to the section A, section B. So if you look at the top of the page, it says binary form, A, B. Music that has two different sections. And as we look at this, there are two different sections. Now, what does that mean? Well, usually this is kind of, the sections is how a story is told. That's the best way I can think of it. So section A is usually like an introduction to, the story or whatever. And then section B may be where it gets more intense or a climax or a different shift. Sometimes it's like happy, but then something's starting to happen. So usually can be like a shift. All right, so there's a section A, a section B. And sometimes things are even repeated like that as a pattern. Could be like A, B, B, A, or whatever. They're just different sections with different feels. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this one. This is written by Beethoven. So I should have worn my classical shirt, I didn't. That's all right. Okay, no sharps, no flats on this one. And now we're into 4, all right? So let's just play this so we could get a feel for it. All right, here we go, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, excellent job. Hopefully you've heard that one before, but it's not as popular, so some of you may not have, and that's okay. All right, so you can hear from section A to section B that they are different sections of the song. So section A kind of felt like an introduction. Section B was a little more intense and in your face. All right, now let's take a look at our dynamics. We're starting forte and then coming down to piano, forte, piano, and then crescendoing up to forte. All right, so a lot of back and forth with dynamics. All right, so let's do it again. Let's speed it up because this song is allegro. All right, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, excellent job. Now we could probably go a little bit faster and make sure you pay attention to your articulations. Da, 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 da. Nice and short. Da, da. Okay, that one's really fun. So keep practicing that one, that's a good one. All right, taking a look at exercise 85, technique break, okay? This is kind of working a little bit more on the chromatic, okay? The book tells us to try playing both octaves, and we should work on both octaves, all right? Because we want to get the full range here. All right, so let's start off with the top one, since we've been working more on the higher registers than we have on those lowers for today. So let's just do the high register right now. All right, common time, our key signature is marked with none, but as you can see that we have sharps and flats marked in. All right, we'll take this nice and slow just to get us started. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. That one's not too bad. We could probably speed that one up. If not, that's okay. Work your way to faster. All right, now the bottom part. That one's a little trickier with the low C sharp. A little harder there to think of and to kind of do. So we're gonna slow that down even more for these ones. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. I know I kind of started speeding them up at the end. It got a little easier, so I started speeding it up. Don't do that. All right, so let's talk about those low ones if you were struggling with it, okay? So you might have to take that note by note. So start with your low C, then do C sharp. Remember, we're hitting this key here with the bottom one still on for C. And then for D, take off both pinkies. And then you're moving the bottom pinky up. So there's a lot of pinky action here. So really slow this down and to get that. Even just practicing that. Start it just like that, okay? You wanna get these pinkies working. On the saxophone, pinkies kind of neglected a little bit. We don't use them overly a lot. As you can see, it's a lot of the middle fingers here. So here, you just gotta make sure it gets in sync with pinky on, pinkies off. Pinky on, off, okay? That's the pattern here. So practice that, slow it down, speed it up, and master that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at 86 for alto saxophones only, okay? So you can see we're gonna be practicing some, maybe fingerings, just reading of the accidentals here. The book says play each pattern 4 times. Start slowly and increase speed. So this is one you're really gonna wanna do on your own time to work on those speeds and to, go faster as we go along, okay? So we're gonna just take this section by section, okay, to make sure we get it. So we're gonna do A one time right now, slowly. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent. Let's just make sure we have everything right there with our accidentals. So we're gonna do G natural, B natural, A sharp, equivalent to B flat, B natural, A natural, B natural, G, A flat, equivalent to G sharp, okay? Let's do that again slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit faster now. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And last time, even faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. When you practice those, you kind of want to practice it like that, but without the breaks. So you're just going to gradually speed it up, okay? All right, now on to B. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And remember, all these are slurred too. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And last time, even faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. Let's take a look at C. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, this one's a little tricky. Remember those other C's? Those last two C's are also sharp. You might need to mark that in. All right, a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And last time, even faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. Now we have D left. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's a little messy, isn't it? Let's try it again a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And last time, even faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. So with that one, like I said, do them more condensed together, but just like that, where you start it slow, faster, faster, faster for each repeat, and then move straight on to the next one. So you're gonna do A 4 times, faster, 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 B, faster, 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 C, faster, 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 D, faster, 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 okay? You can do that. If you really do want to try to get precise, you can also put your metronome on and just repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, stop it, make it faster, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, stop it, faster, okay? That'll really make your sound and fingers sync and clear. All right, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, notify, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our practices. Thanks for joining, and until next time.